Welcome, Yogi, to this 10-minute yoga practice to stretch out the legs. So we are going to begin today's session standing at the front of our mat in Tadasana. You'd like to come up. Tadasana, mountain pose with your feet about a hip distance. And we'll have hands of prayer in front of us. And we'll take a deep breath in. And relax your shoulders while you breathe out. Just arriving on your mat, settling in. Deep breath in. And out. Take your time, Yogi. One more of those. Fill up your belly. Fill up into your chest. And slowly exhale. And we'll circle our hands out and up today and rise up to your tiptoes as you do. And bring your hands down to your heart as you exhale. Do that twice more. As you inhale, lift up to your tiptoes, just starting to wake up the calves. As you exhale, hands down, heels down. One more time at this. Circle up and rise high onto your toes. Squeeze the calf muscles really strong. And hands down, heels down, and forward fold. Keep your back nice and long as you bring your torso down. Use blocks underneath your hands if the ground's a long way away. Maintain lots of length in your spine as you exhale into this. And I'm going to pedal one knee and then the other into gentle stretches. So keeping your heels on the ground, simply bend one knee. And then the other knee, straightening out the other leg. Alternating the legs here. You might feel some stretch through the outside of the leg. And the hip, it might all be in your heart, calf and hamstring. Wherever you feel it is fine. Another deep breath, just moving through this nice and easy. And we'll bend your right knee and keep on that side. Keep plenty of weight through your left foot as you bow down, and see whether you can feel a deeper stretch through the IT band, so the outside of the left leg from your knee to your hip. And another deep breath. And switch your legs. Bend your left knee, keep your heel down, put plenty of weight through your right foot. Spine is long, and you're folding down until you feel the outside of your right leg stretch. And we'll stretch both legs equally straight. You can move your blocks off to the side for right now and lift up halfway. Get your spine really long from the tailbone to top of your head. And step your way back into a downward facing dog. So both feet to the back, hips high. If down dog doesn't feel good in your shoulders today, a tabletop on all fours would work. And just pedal for a moment through your heels again. So you've got elevated shoulder blades, you're really pushing the ground away. Tailbone lifting up and back, so then as you're pedaling into the heels, you're stretching the back of your legs again. And we're going to switch this into a calf focus. So you'll take your right toes to the back of your left heel. With your tailbone high, shoulder blades elevated, start to sink that left heel down towards the ground and feel like you're really flexing your left foot. Now, if this in down dog doesn't feel good, your tabletop, you could have your left foot back and your toes on the ground just the same. You just wouldn't have your right toes on the back of the heel. Take another deep breath in this. Then switch to your right foot. Left toes on the back of the right heel, tailbone high, heel starts to sink. Feel like you're really lifting your right toes off the ground. And like I said, if this doesn't feel good in down dog for your shoulders, tabletop with your right foot back will give you the same expression of stretch. Lovely, Yogi. Release both feet equally to the ground in your downward facing dog. And we'll step right foot forwards to the front of the mat. You could do this from a tabletop or that downward facing dog position. Start to sink your hips forwards and down. So now you're stretching through the front of the left leg and compressing deeply into the right hip flexor. You might like your blocks back again. You can also cushion your left knee with a blanket if it's feeling tender on the floor here. We're going to in and out of the legs for a moment. So we'll go back into half Hanuman, a half split. So your right leg extends fully. Left hip end up over the top of the left knee, and walk it forwards again into your low lunge, sinking your hips down towards the floor. Do that a couple more times, please, yogi. Walk the hips back and flex your foot, and shift forwards again into low lunge. Just one more time. Into the hamstring and calf stretch, shift back. Spine stays really long. You don't have to reach for the floor in this for it to be an effective pose. And move forwards and down back into your low lunge. Take a deep breath in and out. Fantastic. Move your blocks. Step your way back to tabletop or downward facing dog. Deep breath in. Look forwards and step your left foot up top of your space. You're going to, again, perhaps use your blocks to help you as you sink your hips forwards and down, compressing this left hip flexor and stretching through the right. And we shift the hips back, walk the hands back so they're directly under the shoulders, and bow down over the straight left leg now. So you've got right hip over your knee, left leg fully straight, and flex your foot. And we'll go forwards into low lunge, Anjaneyasana, and back into Ardha Hanumanasana, half split, folding towards the left toes. We'll go again, move it forwards. And shift it back. Doing good, yogi. Shift it forwards and pause. And then we'll move our blocks and step back, downward facing dog. Enjoy your deep breath in. And lower your knees down while you exhale. Make your way into a seat facing forwards on your mat. I'm going to turn to face you guys. And we're going to, if you like, sit up on a blanket, which can help with good alignment and also comfort in this pose. Put the soles of your feet together in Baddha Konasana. You'll sit up extra tall, stretch your hands up to the ceiling. And as you exhale, bring your hands to your ankles or your feet and start to lean forwards, keeping your back long in the process. So resisting the urge to round, stretching into the inner thighs. And to deepen this inner thigh stretch, we'll sit up enough to stretch your right leg off your mat at an angle. Your left foot stays very much in the center. So sometimes we take it across to the inner thigh for another version of this pose, but we're going to keep that left foot centered and bow forwards again, straight over the left foot, so that you're feeling again now the inner right thigh. We'll sit up carefully, slide your right foot back in, and take your left foot off at the angle. Same thing, sit up tall, start to walk your hands straight forwards until you feel your inner left leg stretch. The right foot remains centered and strong. And we'll come up yogi to seated. And finally cross right shin in front of your left. If you're quite flexible in your hips, you could take your right leg on top of your left for fire log. But alternatively, if you're feeling a little tightness, you can join me right shin in front of left. Sit up tall again. Let's take the hands up like we did for Baddha Konasana, and then fold forwards and down. Again, that long spine, really fundamental to keeping this in your hips. We'll sit up and do a simple switch. So unwrap your legs. And then your other leg in front, left in front. Alternatively, those of you with a comfortable fire log pose, sometimes it's known as double pigeon, you could take that variation. We'll sit up tall and stretch your hands up and fold it forwards. Hands on the mat, maybe your forearms on the mat, however you're comfortable, focusing on stretching into your hips. And we'll sit our way up. Find yourself a comfortable position. Hands at prayer. At this time, if you'd like to take Shavasana, you could lie down and rest for a few minutes. Alternatively, you could choose another short practice, or perhaps spend some time in meditation. To complete this practice, let's take one more full breath in together and out together. Thank you for joining me. Namaste.